And I'm back. It's mid-January, and I think it's January 13th or 14th. It's Friday, and haven't posted a video in about a month, and I wanted to continue trying to capture videos of Cape May and surrounding areas throughout the year to show how the environment changes with the seasons. So I'm standing at the entrance to Rotary Park, and you can see that there's nothing going on here. There's no, all the Christmas decorations are down. All the Christmas lights off the trees are down. And it reminds me of a video that I watched many years ago, posted on YouTube by a noted historian of Cape May, Ben Miller. And he began that video by saying, Cape May in January is a very different place than in season. And I think nowhere is that more evident than here in Rotary Park. Several months from now, assuming COVID doesn't change it, this will be packed. All these benches will be filled with people, visitors and locals. Water fountain will be flowing. There's the Cape May stage. Most of the restaurants are shut down in January. There are still a few that are operating on a reduced schedule. I'm going to take a quick ride through town. Not really trying to capture anything specific, just to show what town looks like. And it's not really that cold today, so it's a January day, but temperature is about 45 degrees. The sun is out, but it's very overcast. So I'm going down Jackson. I'll stop and, as I've done before, and show the mall. As you can see, there's almost no one on the mall. This is a street in October in other years. in non-COVID times would be blocked off in October for a weekend, and they would have an Oktoberfest kind of celebration on this block. Congress Hall is shut down for 3 months. You see no cars. A couple of people walking. That's what I should be doing instead of riding this. But Beach Avenue is pretty empty. But as I think I've said on previous videos, and you know, if not, it's my feeling that this is a great time of year down here. It's peaceful and quiet. I'm going to make another video later today riding around North Cape May, but one of the things that's happened since my last video was we had a terrible storm, a nor'easter, and although it didn't bring a lot of rain and no snow to this area, there was some terrible winds. Wind gusts approaching hurricane force winds, 60, 65 mile an hour winds. And as I've shown, many of the restaurants here, in an effort to be resilient, this is the Cove restaurant, shut down for the season. I'm at the Cove, and there's nobody. Not a soul in sight. But many of the restaurants, in an effort to be resilient and keep their business alive, set up these tents outside to facilitate outdoor dining with good social distancing. And when the storm came through, to add insult to injury of what these businesses have had to endure this year, several restaurants had those tents completely destroyed by the wind, and some are still not back to how they were prior to that. So it's sort of a fitting way to end 2020 for some of these businesses. Beach Drive is pretty empty. my daughter and son-in-law and our 3 grandkids were down over New Year's weekend. And we did a couple of the things that I've mentioned on some of the videos that are good things to do. One day, when it was rainy, we went over to the Air Museum at the Wildwood Air Museum at the old hangar in the Cape May Airport. We also took a ride up on the Saturday of that weekend, which I'm not sure, it might have been New Year's Day. We went to the zoo, Cape May Zoo, and it was a beautiful day for that. Kids enjoyed that, and as I said, there was, lions and cheetahs, leopards, giraffes, really a good collection of sort of exotic animals for a zoo in a small community like this. I didn't ride over here on the bike at Christmas to show the lights because I don't think it really, gave a fair representation of what Cape May is like around Christmas. Several of the B&Bs that normally would have very elaborate Christmas decorations and Christmas lights did not do so this year, and I'm not sure if they were shut down or not to guess, but I know they weren't having the house tours that they normally would have. So I guess they just decided not to bother with it. So even though this is pretty desolate, to me, this is just as beautiful as the middle of the summer when every one of these parking spots would be occupied. We went out to dinner with my grandkids, my daughter and son-in-law, the Friday and Saturday night of New Year's. And one night we went to Panico's Bistro, which I profiled in my video on the Cape May dining scene, focusing on bistros. And the other night we went to Sapori's, which is sort of an Italian fine dining restaurant. And I profiled Sapori's in another video. Sapori's is closed for January. Even on weekends, completely shut down for January. I think I'll turn here instead of going up to Poverty Beach. On the video I did in December of riding around Cape May Point, one of the places that I highlighted was the Red Store, or the General Store, on Cape May Point Park, the circle on Cape May Point Park. And that's really sort of a bit of a landmark for Cape May Point. And I read a couple of days ago, I don't know if it's true or not true, but I read that the Red Store is closing. I'm not sure if it's because of COVID or not. And I don't mean closing for the season, I mean closing for good. I think the structure itself is not for sale. I think they're going to rent it, or try to rent it. But the business is rumored to be closing, which is pretty sad. Cape May County is in a red zone for coronavirus. There's a good view of the mall from this end. Looks like there's one guy walking up the mall that I see. Other than that, it's completely empty. Those are the kind of tents that I was talking about earlier. the Congress Hall shut down for 3 months. There's the mall from West Perry Street. I don't see a single person on the mall. So I think that's pretty much it. It's a quick run through town. Show everybody what Cape May in January is like. The desolation may not hold much appeal to some people, but it honestly does not bother me one bit, and I like it just as much in the off season as I do in season, perhaps even more. So that's it. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will post this up on YouTube and keep up with the videos to show Cape May and the surrounding community through the year. Take care.